Ulonka tabati yada to ye kuma daifa. Ino to ye ko je love bipa. Oba tala, oba takutakun. Songo eshu, ogun oya osun. Kini sheshe, tan she nile yo. O jelo jara.
Lafayette, peace and power tribe. Welcome to another episode of the African Spiritual Experience. I'm your host, Orisha Bami, and we are back with another live stream tonight, family. It's going to be a quick one. I just finished talking to Wuna. We had to reschedule our live that we had scheduled for tonight. She has some personal things that she has to take care of that came up that, kind of pushed the show back. But we'll definitely be getting that one popping. I believe we're going to try to shoot for, I think, Saturday night. We're going to work to reschedule Wuna. But I want to jump on here anyway and chop it up with y'all because it's been a minute. There's a lot going on, as we all can see in the globe and the world, man. And of course, there's a lot going on with Ase, as always, as usual. Definitely looking forward to this weekend. We got a very, 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 very packed, powerful weekend lined up for you, family. We're starting tomorrow night. We got a double header going on tomorrow night. We're going to have the divine feminine energy back in the building. We're going to have shout out to Miss Sekhmet Ma'at, Miss Mariana will be back in the building. Shout out to I am SEG13. Madi will be back in the building tomorrow. So we're going to do a doubleheader, as a matter of fact, because we're going to start out with Brother B-Dale. Brother B-Dale will be back tomorrow night as well. So I'll be sharing and posting the links to those after I finish with this live stream tonight. So long story short, we definitely will be back tomorrow with a doubleheader. I'll be back with I am SEG13 and Sekhmet Mariana will be back tomorrow. I think we're going to do them at like 9:45, 10 p.m. Then we got Brother B-Dale coming through, I believe, at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And then we're looking to reschedule Wunam for, I think, about 10 p.m. Saturday. I'll definitely keep y'all posted once I lock in the time with her. Once she gets settled in and can communicate and let me know what'll work best for her. And so I definitely appreciate all the love and support, family. We definitely got some... We got some things bubbling in these Ase streets, man. We got a huge show coming up. Not that the next the next three won't be big, but we got another one coming up with a brand new guest to the tribe. I'm gonna hold off before I make the full announcement and post the links and all that stuff because I just want to make sure and confirm that we get the exact time that's going to work with the new guest timeline and schedule. But man, when I tell you it's gonna be big, family, it's gonna be big, tribe. Like, I can't wait to do it. That's all I can say. Like it's a dream come true. There's been several guests that's been on the show that it's kind of like a dream come true type thing for me because I've been blessed and honored to interview some people that I admire and look up to and have been looking up to for years, as far as regards to their work, the body of work they've done and what they've contributed to the culture. So for me to have, the likes of the Professor Cabanez, the likes of the Professor Smalls, the likes of the pretty much everybody's been on here. It's been dope. And I'm looking forward to bringing this next guest in, which is going to be, like I said, a brand new debut to the Ase tribe, to the channel, and to the whole entire community and culture. But this particular guest has impacted and influenced the tribe, has influenced not just the tribe, the world for that matter, as far as with their work. So I cannot wait to get that one popping. Patreon community, private YouTube community, y'all have first dibs on knowing exactly what I'm talking about. I'll be posting and sharing with y'all because I would love to get your feedback and your commentary on any specific questions that you would like answered from this particular guest who I feel like if you're on this channel, this person's work, period, because that's just how significant and how impactful their work has been, not just to Ase, but to the world, like I said, and to the culture, especially those who are into all things metaphysics, all things that have to do with the mind's eye, all things that have to do with, pretty much going in and out of what we're living in right now, which is, this matrix. So it's definitely some big things that's popping, man, in these Ase streets. So I'm looking forward to making that happen. But I felt like since I had already had to post, the links and everything for everybody for the live stream tonight, I want to go ahead and chop it up with y'all anyways, and chop it up and build with the tribe on some Q&A, you know what I'm saying? Or just, y'all let me know what y'all looking forward to or what y'all would like coming up, any particular guests. I got like 3 or 4 more on my radar that I haven't got full contact with yet, but I have their contact info, and I've been reaching out to get in here. A couple of them, pretty sure y'all know of. A couple of them you may not know of, but I feel like they're going to be some very powerful, phenomenal additions to the tribe. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to locking in some of them, as well as bringing back some of the legends, of past, and some of the consistent, guests that we've had on here, consistently. So I'm looking forward to chopping it up with them. But I definitely, wanted to chop it up with y'all in regards to where we at right now. I see that they have released, so-called release, some of the UFO files, which I think is common. It's comedy to me because, there's a lot more to it than, what they're sharing. But, we're going to see as it all kind of develops. But I tell you what, I feel like there's definitely a lot going on that, a lot of us are seeing, a lot of us are feeling, a lot of us are experiencing. But, we're going to see how it kind of all manifests and unfolds over the next, I'll say like 3 to 6 months. We're going to see some very big, powerful, impactful things take place on the planet. And this is a time, it's a great time to be alive, but it's a time that we got to definitely be on our P's, our Q's, dotting T's, crossing I's, and definitely keeping some solution in that third eye, and that first eye, and that mind's eye, keeping that mind's eye real sharp and alert, because there's definitely a lot going on in regards to, this whole transformation, this whole transition, going from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. We've been talking about it for a long time now. We've been seeing a lot of these things unfold. We're seeing a lot of so-called disclosures, which, I feel like they're kind of like appetizers to disclosures. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff has to come out because, as we all know, we're in the age of Aquarius. But not just that, you can't continue to block the sun. You can't stop the sun people. You can't stop the people of, the divine feminine, the matriarchal society, the people who know about how this planet is, was, and always will be when it's in the rightful ownership, in the rightful, I would say, possession of those powers that be. And so what we're seeing is a major transformation and a major power shift. You know what I mean? Like, we're seeing a huge transfer of power, and it's happening right before our very eyes. And if you don't know the signs, the symbols, or the different types of codes, or the different types of transactions, the different types of interactions that are, happening that we're seeing across the globe, then it'll kind of go right before your eyes. But if you tapped in, as most, I'm pretty sure everybody on this channel is, and you've been paying attention to what's going on, and, you're deep diving into metaphysics, and you're just paying attention, researching, looking up, what's really popping, we're seeing a divine, elevation and transformation of the planet, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to, continuation of seeing everything going in the right direction. And I know it's a lot that's going on that looks like, it's bad, or it looks like things is like the world is crumbling, but there's a whole lot more going on that got, some substance to it, I should say, for a highly evolved evolution of humanity, and of the planet, because it's definitely happening. I feel like the way the so-called powers that are trying to control and manipulate what is being exposed to the media, especially mainstream media, we're not seeing the things that are taking place that's giving credence or giving credit to what I'm sharing in regards to this elevation and this transformation. But it's definitely happening, and it's going to continue to happen by any and all means necessary. So if you're just joining me, tribe, we had to reschedule tonight's initial live stream because Munam had something come up, that she had to take care of that kind of threw off her schedule, which, we're going to reschedule this particular live stream for, I think, Saturday is what she told me. I'm not sure if we have a time yet, but I definitely, I'll hear back from her once she gets freed up and gets everything taken care of on her end. And then I'll be sharing the links, to the stream on Saturday night. But we'll be back tomorrow night with a doubleheader, tribe. We'll be back at, I believe, 8 p.m. Brother B will be back for another war report. And then right after that, we're going to double back with the Divine Feminine. We're going to come back with Sekhmet Ma'at, Mariana, and I am SCG. Madi will be back in the building tomorrow. So we got some dope topics that we're going to tap into tomorrow night as far as with the Divine Feminine and with Brother B bringing in the war report. So I definitely look forward to chopping it up with y'all tomorrow on the doubleheader. I think we're going to start at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And then we'll have IMSCG and Sekhmet, I think, at like 9:45 tomorrow night. I'll be sharing the links on the channel as soon as we wrap up with this brief live stream. And then I think we're going to do Wunam Saturday, and then we'll be having the world premiere, I want to say Sunday or Monday, but I'm going to reach out to the guests after I finish up here too, man, so I can lock in that specific time of when we're going to do it. But trust me when I tell you, family, I'll definitely be promoting that show. We got something really, really big coming very, very soon. It's either going to be Sunday or Monday of this coming week. I'm talking about like next level. Like it's going to be big. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, with that, family, I'm here I'm ready to chop it up with y'all. If y'all, y'all got any comments, y'all got any questions, if y'all have anything that you want to build on, let me know. Drop it in the comments, because I had already pretty much planned to be here tonight, to wrap with Wunam with the topic of how to block monitoring spirits, right? Very powerful topic, because as we all know, and some may not know, but people have or I should say beings, people, and certain entities have the ability to monitor people, monitor in rooms, environments, you know what I mean? Like monitor home, whatever, without actually physically being there. You know what I mean? It's something that's real. So, and for those who, have studied metaphysics on a deep level for a while, you're pretty sure that you've heard of something called remote viewing. Okay, so remote viewing is a real thing. So for all my meditators out there who love, to meditate and who have astral projected or astral traveled during a meditation, you may have possibly had a few sessions or a few times where you might have remote viewed yourself, or even those who have, clear and lucid dreams consistently, or even if you don't have them consistently, if you have clear and lucid dreams, there are times where you may have remote view, into another realm, into another dimension, into another time, place, or space, on the planet or on a different planet or in a different star constellation or in a different galaxy, because the universe is limitless. So it's like, there's no limit to what we can do when we tap into the mind's eye, into that highly elevated, evolved sense of spirit. And so with that, when it comes to remote viewing, there's a lot of people who know how to do it, and there's a lot of people who have done it, and there's a lot of people who can and still do it, but it can be used in a positive and it can be used in a negative. So that brings me back to what these monitoring spirits are. Monitoring spirits, monitoring spirits are something that a lot of times they're not used necessarily for good. I feel like some of the people or some of the beings, some of the deities that have access and the abilities to monitor via spirit, they do it for nefarious reasons, or selfish reasons, or reasons of like ways for them to benefit from. However, it's something that is real. So it's like one of those things where certain people who have certain gifts, spiritualists, certain people who are in certain traditions or religions or spiritual systems, know how to tap into a different level of spirit to be able to monitor. So that's going to be a powerful conversation that I'm looking forward to having with Unam, because if you've been on the channel for a minute, you probably have seen the show that we did probably about maybe 2 or 3 months ago about exorcisms. And we actually shared a clip about when she did an exorcism, one that she was able to record. But in the process of something like that, demons are real things that, do possess people, things of that nature. But when it comes to the monitoring spirits, these are the things that the so-called government's been doing for a long time, and they're really doing it with these things right here, these little devices right here. Whatever you watch me on, they're doing it with. We all know what it is. Hell, they're probably doing it with the microphone I'm speaking into. But at the end of the day, those are monitoring spirits as well. But there's different types of monitoring spirits that can actually be in your place, in your room, in wherever, and you not know. You know what I mean? And that's not even talking about the technology that they have, that the government people have, but there's also people who can do it spiritually. So it's going to be a dope conversation that I'm looking forward to having with her in regards to like how to protect yourself, and then how to even acknowledge like when somebody is like sending a monitoring spirit to you, or when you are being observed by a different type of energy. And one of the ways you can tell too is like if you smell a scent around you and that's not it's a foreign scent. It's not a scent that's something that is accustomed to wherever you are. Even if you out in public or wherever, you could be in your car, you could be in the store, you could be at home, you could be wherever. But if you smell a distinct scent that is not a normal scent that you're accustomed to, or that is around you on a regular basis, that right there could be a telltale sign of some sort of monitoring spirit. Because especially dark spirits and negative spirits, things of that nature, they usually tend to have a funky smell to them. They smell like, it could be like poop, it can smell like shit, for lack of better words. Sulfur. Sometimes it could be like a burnt smell. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of different types of scents, but it's a real thing. So that's one of the easiest ways to tell if you got some company, especially if it's unwanted company, in your area or around your aura, anywhere in the vicinity. I appreciate you, Harmony0913. Definitely appreciate the love and support. Shout out to Mr. Corey as 1130. Paying attention is like paying attention. Yeah, that's facts. That's big facts. Matter of fact, attention is the most that's the most powerful currency on the planet right now, for real. Like attention, literally. Because when you think about social media, You know, TV is not TV no more. Like the television stations that used to control and run the narrative of what all was being put out, yeah, they still have influence to a certain level, but for real, social media has taken the power from them in regards to like the viewership, the numbers. It's not even close, as a matter of fact. Social media influencers, especially on YouTube, have, I mean, they trumped, like, and I ain't, no pun intended for the orange agent, but literally has like demolished the television numbers, like not even close. And it's like now content creators are getting paid for advertisement. Now content creators are getting paid sponsorships. Now content creators are the ones that they're going to push their narrative and agenda, depending on whatever the case may be. But it's not the same. And so now everything is about the attention. It's about keeping the attention of the people, because the attention is the currency. Wherever energy goes, energy flows, like, period. And so whenever the energy or the attention of the masses flows to a particular area, then whoever's controlling whatever the narrative is for that media or for that, you know, platform, or for whatever that message or whatever it is that they're putting out there, that's where the most power and the control is. And that's why they're so heavily trying to seduce us, you know, subliminally seduce us with, you know what I'm saying, all these different types of, you know, the negativity, the wars, all the propaganda, all the bullshit. Like, all that is to keep us into a lower frequency, you know what I mean? A lower vibrational frequency, to where we're not elevating and we're not ascending to that God self, you know, to that Godhood, to that supercell. I was just talking about supercell earlier, like how powerful of a series that is, because right now is the time that we're seeing real people be able to activate their supercells. You know what I mean? And I've said it many times on this show, I love the brother for creating that series, because the way he, like, pretty much, he set that series and set melanated people to a whole nother place, to where nobody can confuse who and what this is about, because he took the word sickle cell, which is quote unquote supposedly only a dis-ease or whatever you want to call it that melanated people can get, and he transposed it into supercell, saying that, okay, so if only melanated people can get sickle cell, then only melanated people can activate the supercell. And I was like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say that's really happening. Like, it's happening in real time. You know what I mean? And so when you have like the disappearance of all these scientists, when you have, you know, the disappearances of top, you know, I mean, top ranked military personnel, you know what I mean? Like, people who have access to some very powerful, prolific information in regards to the times that we're living in right now. That's not a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a coincidence. Like, because if you know that there are people out there who can bring clarity and bring to light whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're trying to pull off, whatever it is that you're trying to pull over the people's eyes, or, you know what I'm saying, like, trying to bamboozle the people with, then yeah, you're going to probably take them out, because you know that any one of them have the ability to cripple whatever bullshit plan that you're trying to put together, that you're trying to put out there. So it's like, it's a real thing, you know, that's happening right now. But you can't stop evolution. You can't stop the natural process of life. You can't stop expansion. You can't stop elevation. You can't stop God, period. You can't stop the creator. It's just not possible. So I say all that to say that that's what we're seeing right now in real time. We're seeing the losers of this thing that we call life, the game of life, especially when it comes to power and control of this planet. We're seeing them do everything they can to knock over as much as they can, to ratchet up, you know what I'm saying, muck up, fuck up as much things as they can before they get the hell out of here, because that's all they can do. Like, so you're hearing about this so-called what is it, the new virus that I guess supposedly started on the cruise ship, Manta, whatever it's called, virus. You hear about that. So that ain't nothing but the same, you know what I'm saying, another sequel to the one we just dealt with in 2020. So, you know, you got that going on. You got the food thing going on. They're putting, you know, these things, you know, the things that rhyme with things, you know, has a C in it and ends with an ES. They're putting that in the food now. Like, it's crazy, but that's what they do. You know what I mean? That's what losers do. Losers do anything they can to cheat, rob, steal, kill, whatever is thriving. That's what parasites do. And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing parasites pretty much be exterminated right before our very eyes in real time. So I can't wait to have these conversations, you know, with the guests coming up, as far as like what their perspectives are and what their thoughts are in regards to all these things that are happening and all these things that are unfolding. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Shout out to Truth Rises 144 K3. Appreciate you, family. Yeah, season 2. Yeah, I hope they bring it back out for Supercell, man, because that was a dope series. And there really are people who have like real gifts like that, natural abilities. Like, everything that we see for the most part is real. I mean, it came from somewhere. So it's like they'll take it and put it into movies, they'll put it into TV, they'll put it into series, things of that nature, but they'll muck it up, and try to taint it and take away the authenticity. But at the end of the day, it's a real thing. Yeah, Jeffrey Johnson, that's facts, fear mongering. That's exactly what it is. Nothing but a bunch of fear mongering. So yeah, that's real. Shout out to at the Truth Seeker, peace and blessings, family. How you doing? But yeah, family, I definitely look forward to we got a really heavily packed weekend coming up. We're gonna start early. We're gonna start tomorrow with the doubleheader. And then like I said, I'm waiting to get back with Wunam. She got a lot going on right now. So once I get a hold of her, once she gets settled and is able to get back to communicating or whatever, I'll definitely find out exactly what time we'll be locking that thing in. But we'll run this episode back Saturday with Wunam. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like 10 or 10:30 Saturday night. We usually go kind of late on Saturdays when we do them Saturday Night Lives. But once I get a hold of her, I'll definitely lock it in, and then I'll just kind of repost this link for Saturday for the specific time that she is available. Excuse me. And then we also have the doubleheader coming tomorrow night with Brother B-Dale, I think at 8 p.m. And then we're going to bring back I Am SCG 13 and Miss Sekmet Mariana. We're going to do that thing again tomorrow night. So that's going to be a dope one. So I'm looking forward to that. So we got a doubleheader tomorrow night. We got Unam Saturday night. And then I got a brand new guest that'll be making a premiere on the channel probably Sunday or Monday. Once I get that exact time, day and time locked in, I'll be sharing a link for that one. Definitely looking forward to it, family. So we've been not as active as we normally are because there's a lot of things that's going on, personally behind the scenes that I got to take care of and handle. But I definitely look forward to ramping this thing up. And once I do, it's going to be on a whole nother level because it's a lot of activation going on, man. It's a lot of activation, elevation, expansion. It's a lot. It's a lot of powerful, positive things that's taking place. So I can't wait to tap in with y'all and make it happen in real time. So shout out to A Harmony 0913. Will you have the information about the spiritual practitioners? Which ones? Are you talking about the ones that Wunam does or the ones that I'll be doing? Harmony 0913. Please let me know which ones so that way I can make sure that I answer properly for you. And then Jeffrey Johnson. Who is Chud, the crisis actor? Who is that, man? So, because I'm trying to follow where you're going with that. Who is the Chud CHUD, the crisis actor? Who is that? And then yeah, C Bracket says it feels like a conference weekend. Yeah, it probably is going to be actually, because like I said, I'm making some other calls too to lock in some other guests as well. So right now, possibly Friday night, we might have another one, but we definitely got a doubleheader tomorrow night. And then we got one with Wunam Saturday night. And then, like I said, I got a brand new guest that I cannot wait to share with y'all who this is and what they'll be coming here to do. But just know it's going to be big. That's all I can say. It's going to be real big. Like my boy Nip said, real big, real big. We're going to do it real big. Okay, I got you, Harmony. So yeah, Wunam, I'm not sure because she does, I think she does like semesters type of classes. So I'm not sure if she has anything active right now. I haven't got mine started yet because like I was saying, I got a lot of stuff that I got to handle personally that I'm working on, getting everything pretty much taken care of. For the most part, it's done. All the major shifting is already done. It's still, a lot of other things I got to button up and just kind of get finalized and taken care of. But we're definitely looking forward to some new studio setups and some dope new environments, man. Dope new environments, new studios, or new studio. New studios, new guests, new collaborations, new partnerships. So it's a lot of dope, dope, powerful things coming through the pipelines, family. A lot. And I'm looking forward to it. So we're definitely gonna make it happen in the very near future. So I'll definitely be keeping y'all posted with that for sure. Once I get mine set up, I'll be sharing them, of course, on the channel. I'll be sharing them in the Patreon, and I'll be sharing them in the private YouTube community. Peace and blessings, brother Emperor Truth. Looking forward to the future. Oh, yeah, it's going to be powerful, bro. It's definitely going to be powerful. And I responded to your email, man. If you get a chance to check it out, let me know because I want to set up a Zoom link. Send you a Zoom link for us to set up a meeting. So holler at me whenever you get a chance through the email, bro, so we can go ahead and get that thing set up and get it popping. I'm not sure how your schedule looks, but I definitely will be able to I should be able to make it happen next week or so, possibly even tomorrow, or the week is gonna be tough, but possibly tomorrow, depending on your schedule, brother. But send me a message to respond via email whenever you get a chance, so that way we can set that up and make that thing happen, man. And then and I can also do the other stuff that I was telling you that we're gonna make happen as well too. But as far as the let me see. Oh yeah, SEG does have a course too. Appreciate you, Fanya Zemi. Yeah, and she'll be sharing that tomorrow. I don't know if she talked about it on the last one, because we were talking more about the private ministry and stuff. But I definitely know she'll be sharing that tomorrow when she comes through with her segment tomorrow night. So I'll definitely make sure that I pose that question for her to share the information on that as well. Appreciate you for sharing that, Fanya Zemi. And for those, I don't know if anybody's into like content creation or YouTubing or marketing, anything like that, but I definitely working on bringing that up, getting that set up too for the community. But I've been doing small one-on-one coaching with people. So if anybody's interested in starting a YouTube channel or marketing or branding your business or your brand, holler at me on that too. I'll be on Saturday as again. Okay, I appreciate you. Yeah, and she'll definitely share it too, and I'll ask her as well as SCG tomorrow. Let me see. The guy in Tennessee provoking black people. How wow someone today. Yeah, I'm about to look him up, man. Honestly, I'm not really like tapped into a lot of the stuff that's happening. Unless it's something like real major or big that happened. I don't really I get it secondhand or third hand from like family or friends, or if I do a drive by on social media or something, I'll see it. But for the most part, I'm a little behind with like some of the stuff that be going on. But whoever he is, if somebody hit him with a power, he sounded like he asked for it. So I'm not sure, but I'll definitely look it up though and see who this clown is, because it sounds like a clown, like especially if he's going around like trying to start stuff for no reason. Because that shit might not end well, man, because everybody ain't letting everything slide, and you got to be careful, especially in these days and times, because some people are on edge, or some people just saying fuck it, like they ain't with the bullshit. Like, so it's a very peculiar time, you know what I mean? So it's very it's a very mandatory thing to be very diligent, to be very vigilant, and to be very I would say very hyper alert, and very hyper just keep your head on the swivel, you know what I mean, and stay on your P's and Q's, man. Be very warrior like, you know what I mean, move like you in the war, because this is a war, you know what I mean. So it's like there's nothing that would surprise me in regards to what's happening right now on this planet, and we're not even dealing with just people, that's the thing that I personally I got to start doing more personal shows, like just one-on-one shows where I just kind of give presentation type shows, because a lot of this stuff we're seeing, they're not human beings. A lot of these so-called things that we're seeing, they're not humans. Some of them are cyborgs. Some of them are clones. Some of them are reptilian beings. Some of them are other types of beings. Some of them are damn, like, it's just so much, you know what I'm saying, like that's going on right now. And the vast majority of what we're seeing, especially when it comes to politics, a lot of them ain't real. They're not humans. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, like, they're not human beings. They're not real. They're either created in a lab, cloned, a petri dish, infusions between, transhumanism with machines and shit. Like, it's a real thing, so it's like they don't have spirits or souls. So therefore, there's not a limit to the evil, that they'll do. Like, I mean, you seeing that. I don't know how many of y'all studying or looking up and researching in them files, the Epstein files, which, they trying to still detour people's attention from that with the war and all the other bullshit that's going on. But there's a reason why. Like, there's a lot of information in there, and mind you, they haven't released everything yet, but just what's in there, like, it's some really dark, devilish, demonic, like hellish shit. Like, for real. So, excuse my French family if you got children or young people in the room, but I speak from my heart. But I'm working on not speaking with some of the words that might rub some people the wrong way. But yeah, I definitely know that there's a lot going on, and to for the family, stay on your P's and Q's, man. Make sure that you're stocking up with water, making sure you're stocking up with like canned goods, bullets, weaponry, everything that you would need for food, clothing, protection, and shelter. Like, make sure that you're stacking it up to the best of your abilities. I know with the economy and the layoffs and all the things that they have going on, it's a challenging time for people. But I know there's also a lot that's going on to where a lot of things that we're accustomed to or that's a sense of normalcy for us is not going to no longer exist. And so we're going to see, like I said, this shift, this transformation, this elevation, and it is going to be a great separation, and I'm gonna quote Professor Cabo on this one. The thing about it is we're gonna make it to the promised land, but some of us ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean? So, and that all I feel like depends on how we're moving. How we're in alignment with the universe, how we're in alignment with the karma, how we're in alignment with the Creator, how we're in alignment with Mother Earth, how we're in alignment with our ancestors, how we're in alignment with the deities that we may move with, or who we work with, or who walks with us, who watches over us, who protects us, things of that nature, because it's a hierarchy here at stake, and there's some very powerful and prolific beings that are battling in the heavens and on the earth and in the earth. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very powerful war going on right now. And this is one of the ones that we've seen and read and heard about in all the books, you know what I mean? From time immemorial till now. So it's like, but there's nothing new under the sun, and everything happens in cycles. And so we just literally left out of a very crazy, very dark cycle, but we are now walking into and being ushered into a golden age and a very powerful, prolific cycle, which I can't wait to see it unfold and manifest, because it's happening, like I said, right before our very eyes. So, and I'm trying to keep up with the chat family. Lady Night Walker, yes, indeed, we are definitely ready to get that work, and I hope everything's going well with you and your work. Let me see. Yeah, we definitely got some great things coming up. Truth Seeker 1111, we definitely do. I'm telling y'all, family, I can't wait. It's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. So I'm definitely looking forward to this weekend, and then thereafter, because we got a whole lot going on. Shout out to Mama Teresa, said, dude campaigned for that ass whooping and got elected. I gotta find this, boy. It must be something. It must be something comical, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I'm gonna find it. He said he was campaigning for it and got elected. Oh, hey, ain't nothing like getting what you asked for, man. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. Oh man. Okay. I see you, Emperor of Truth. Got you. So yeah, I've been out and about all day, but I just got home not too long before I got ready to jump on here. So I'll definitely go check it out and then get with you, man, and we'll make it happen for sure. Let me see. Shout out to Sandra Edwards. What's good with your family? Yeah, that's funny though. I gotta see that. That's what's up. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get with y'all tomorrow, family. So I just wanted to chop it up with y'all because we were supposed to go live with Wunam tonight, but she had some things that came up last minute that she had to take care of. So we got to push that back to Saturday. And then, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night with a doubleheader. Brother Bedell, I believe, at 8. And then we'll have the Divine Feminine thing about 9:45 with Sekhmet Ma'at and I am SCG, Mahdi. Leave the World Behind. Yeah, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot. And like I said, once I get this one that I was speaking about lined up, I'm gonna definitely have some recommendations as well, as far as like different types of movies and different types of things to watch, because everything, I can say everything, but they put a lot of truth in a lot of these movies. But it's tainted, and there's a level of pollution, you know what I mean, and there's a level of just kind of like dumbing things down or just switching it up or making it inverted, just kind of like flipping the script, trying to make things like, for example, the whole Jesus story with the Jesus in the manger, that came from, a story about the stars, you know what I mean? And then it also came from the story of Asar, Aset, and Heru out of ancient Kemet. And that's written on the pyramid walls, you know what I mean? Which precedes the whole Bible thing by thousands of years. So it's like, everything that they have given us, they have really stolen and regurgitated back to us. And so that's just what it is, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's why a lot of these movies, a lot of these shows, a lot of these things, they do have truth to them. So it's like, it's one of them things where, no, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know what I mean? Because yes, they did muck up and murk up and pollute the bathwater, but the baby that was initially supposed to be bathed in that bathwater still, still holds the ashe of being a child of the universal prime creator. And I'm speaking metaphorically as us as a people. We are the baby. We are the children of the universal prime creator. So therefore, because they have taken our story and, you know what I'm saying, polluted it and, you know, pretty much just fucked it all up to create his story, right? So, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to us, you know, and ultimately the enemy that we're battling is us. They look like us. They're not us, but they do look like us. So that's where it really gets deep, you know. And so it's a really, really deep war that we're in. So, you know, it's definitely something that we got to peel back the eyelids on that mind's eye, you know, and like I said, put some Visine or something, you know, in that mind's eye to get that thing crystal clear, like really focused and locked in, you know, kind of like what was it, Cyclops, I think, on one, I don't know if it was X-Men or Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever, one of them things. But yeah, it's definitely time to like work on, you know, extracting any type of like parasites, like cleaning out our systems, cleaning out our bodies, you know what I mean? Fasting from alcohol, fasting from, you know, whatever, especially food, like heavy meats, you know, all that stuff. Like, you know, it's time to really clean up our act, but mostly spiritually, you know what I mean? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We definitely got to kind of clean up everything that we know is of liability behavior or habits. It's time to, you know, do our best to eliminate that, because those are the things that can slow us down from elevating, you know, our consciousness and elevating our frequency. Because of the frequency that we're operating on is going to give us the ability to heighten our intuition. It's going to give us the ability to make the right decisions, to make the right moves. So if they pulling you to go right, but you know you tightened up and you know you're on your shit and you elevated your spirits, you know, I say like spiritually you elevated, psychologically, mentally, like everything is in divine alignment with the creator, you're gonna know intuitively to go left. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel that communication. Some people have clear audience, some people have clear sentiments, some people have clairvoyance. We all have the clairs. Shout out to Millie. Millie's been on here when we dropped she dropped a ton of jewels in regards to like how to heighten or strengthen or sharpen, you know, our psychic intuitive abilities. And for those who are in the private community, you know, she's been in multiple times in the Patreon to do that as well. And but it's definitely a real thing. You know what I mean? So the more we're in alignment with the creator, the more we're able to move, you know what I'm saying, and to be able to manipulate the experience that we're having on the planet to go to our will, you know what I'm saying, to go to the way we want it to go, to manifest and attract all the things we need to make happen, because we're in divine alignment with the flow of consciousness, which is in alignment with the flow of the planet, which is in alignment with the flow of the energy of the universe. You know what I mean? So we're looking at the as above, so below, as within, so without concept, but we're able to tap into it and manipulate it based upon our ability to operate and elevate our frequency to the same frequency, you know, that the universe and the planets leveled itself up to. So yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. And I appreciate you too. I definitely appreciate you too, Mama. I appreciate all y'all for coming through. We had the greatest story. That's facts, Sandra Edwards. We had the greatest story ever told. The real story. That's big facts. For sure. So yeah, I definitely like I said, I just wanted to chop it up with y'all for a minute, just to let everybody know what's going on, because like I said, if you're just joining us, tribe, we were supposed to have a live stream with Unam to talk about monitoring spirits amongst a lot of other things. But she had some things come up that she had to take care of, so we had to reschedule that for Saturday. And I think, let me see, she might have responded back. Let me see. Nah, yeah, I didn't get it. But when I do get the time from her, I'll definitely be posting that, family. So we'll be definitely getting that thing rescheduled for Saturday, which is going to be another powerful conversation. And then, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night with a double header. We'll have Brother B-Dale back for another dope war report. And then we'll also have the Divine Feminine from the West Coast Cali family out in this thing. Divine Feminine of Segment Ma'at. And then also Miss I Am FCG 13. I'll both be in the building tomorrow night after the war report will be there. So we got a lot coming up this weekend, family. And I'm going to look to see if I can get something popping for Friday too. But we definitely got tomorrow night the doubleheader. Then we got Saturday night with Wunam. And then I'm working on a huge new guest to make a premiere to the channel either Sunday or Monday. So I'll definitely be posting that as soon as I get it officially locked in. So I can't wait to share with y'all, man. I can't wait. It's going to be dope. So with all that being said, family, I appreciate everybody for tapping in with me and for joining me for this short live stream. And I definitely look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night. We'll be starting at 8 p.m. Tomorrow with the war report, and then we'll be back with the Divine Feminine at, I think, like 9:45. So yeah, I'll definitely be sharing those links, and I'll definitely be keeping y'all posted, and I definitely give nothing but love and gratitude and homage to all of y'all. Yes, Yep, I love that statement. True statement for us to start living by. Yeah, that's facts, but it's real. You know what I mean? And so, and that's the ancestors, man. I take no credit or no glory for nothing. The only thing I'm grateful for is just having the ears to hear. You know what I mean? And to be able to do the work and to be disciplined enough to like listen. And just do what I'm being guided to do. So I'll never take no credit for anything that has to do with, you know what I mean, like the powerful, I feel like, movement, the powerful nation that is what we call Ashe and the Ashe tribe. So I just so happen to be a rider on the ship, but trust and believe the mothership is here. And I'm serious. The mothership is here, and I can't wait for y'all to see the developments. So I'll say that, and I'll leave off on that note. The mothership is here, and I can show you better than I can tell you. So and I look forward to showing y'all, family. So I appreciate y'all, man, for coming through. And peace and blessings, family. Copious 44. I appreciate all y'all. Emperor Truth, Sandra Edwards, Fanya Zimmy. I appreciate D, the Truth Seeker 1111, Christopher Butler 707. I appreciate all y'all, family. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night, man. We got a doubleheader coming tomorrow, and then we'll be back Saturday. And then, like I said, we got some big things popping. So little things stopping, big things popping. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night, family. We are out. Peace.
Ẹni tó gbàgbé ilé sàpò ìyàgbọ́ tẹ́ǹtì ẹni takísà ní tàtàn ò bá padà sílé anítìjàkọ ẹja lọ pé eégún mo sí ẹni gbẹ́rẹ́ ìpàkọ́. Forsake not your ancestors and pray.